The second Tuesday in October started out the same as any other. I was late as usual because I slept in as usual. I'd stayed up extra late after talking to Moniba, studying for my year-end exam in Pakistani studies. I'd already done a disappointing job on my physics exam, so I would have to get a perfect score on this exam if I was going to take the number one spot in the Maklainor from the Maklainor. It was the point of pride. It was also a sibling thing. If I didn't come in first, I'd never hear the end of it from Kushwal. I gulped down a bit of fried egg and chapati with my tea and raced out the door, just in time to catch the bus crammed with other girls on their way to school. I was happy that morning, ridiculously happy. Before I left, my father had been teasing Atal, saying he could be my secretary when I became prime minister, and of course Atal said no, because he would be prime minister, and I would be his secretary. It seemed as if everything in my life was going well. My mother was learning how to read. I was on my way from school to the school I loved, and Muniba and I were friends again. I told myself not to worry about Maklainor and instead to work hard, and I thought I should thank God for all I had. So I did. I whispered a prayer of thanks before I managed the last few minutes of studying for my exam. Oh, and God, I said, please don't forget to give me first place, since I've worked so hard. I always prayed during most exams. Usually I did not pray on time, which means praying 5 times a day, or religious duty. But this time of the year, my friends and I all prayed on time. I asked for help in my exams or help to come first in class. Our teachers always told us, though God won't give you marks if you don't work hard. God showers us with his blessings, but he is honest as well, so I always worked hard too. Exam morning passed, and I felt confident I had done well. Afterward, Moniba suggested that we stay behind and wait for the second pickup, which we did often so we could chat before going home. When Dinah arrived, I looked around for Atal. My mother had told him to ride home with me that day, but soon I was distracted as girls gathered to watch our driver do a magic trick with a disappearing pebble. No matter how hard we tried, we could not figure out his secret. I forgot all about Atal as we piled into the van. We squeezed in and took our usual places, about 20 girls in all. Moniba was next to me, and the rest of my friends were across from us on the other bench. A little girl named Hina grabbed the seat next to me, the spot where my friend Sheza usually sat, forcing Sheza to sit on the bench in the middle, where we often put our backpacks. Sheza looked so unhappy, I asked Hina to move. Just as the van was about to pull away, Atal came running. The doors were shut, but he jumped onto the tailboard on the back. This was a new trick of his, riding home, hanging off the tailboard. It was dangerous, and our bus driver had enough of it. Sit down, Atal, he said, but Atal didn't budge. Sit inside with the girls, Atal can yufiza, or I won't take you, the driver said. With more force this time, Atal yelled that he would rather walk home than sit with girls. He jumped down and stormed off in a huff. It was hot and sticky inside the Dinah as we bounced along Mingoria's crowded rush hour street. And one of the girls started a song to pass the time. The air was thick with the familiar scent of diesel bread and kebab, mixed with the stench from a nearby stream, where everyone dumped trash. We turned off the main road at the army checkpoint, as always, and passed the poster that read "Wanted Terrorists." Just after we passed the Little Giant Snack Factory, the road became oddly quiet and the bus slowed to a halt. I don't remember a young man stopping us and asking the driver if this was the Kushwell school bus. I don't remember the other man jumping onto the tailboard and leading into the back, where we were all sitting. I never heard him ask, "Who is Malala?" And I didn't hear the crack, crack, crack of the 3 bullets. The last thing I remember is thinking about my exam the next day. After that, everything went black.